angels, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Celia. I'm a 6-2 projector. I am an earth angel and I'm on a mission here to create heaven on earth. And today we're going to dive into a powerfully deep topic. In today's topic I will share a lot of what I'm just sensing and feeling, so please only take what resonates with you, as basically I'm sharing my own kind of intuitive insights. And I found throughout time my intuitive insights are insanely accurate, so I hope that this resonates with you. So what I will explain a little bit about is what's actually happening with humans and with our consciousness right now. What is this awakening that's happening? And why is it happening? And what can we expect to see in the next coming years? So we live here as humans on this beautiful planet, Mother Earth, who is a living being. And you know, there's always a macro and micro, and we have the same thing in our own bodies. We have millions of bacteria, of like cells. Our guts have billions of bacteria in there. And we are kind of like the little bacteria in our guts, you know. We coexist with this planet, and we are part of this planet, and we also respond to this planet. And what has happened in the last few decades is that Gaia has awakened and she has activated her immortal body. She's now an immortal being, and she's actually asking humans to come along with her. And so her frequency has been raised by a lot. She has been purging a lot, and naturally there's an invitation for us as humans to come along as we respond, you know, to the bigger organism that we live in synergy with, or that we're supposed to live in synergy with anyway. There can be 6 cells, of course, which is also what we could experience in the body. But if we choose to align with her, connect with her, you know, we are coming along with this new beautiful frequency. And every single human is being asked for this right now. And the more tuned you are, the more you're going to feel that you have these natural urges to, you know, cleanse yourself physically, to do the inner work, etc., etc. This, in combination with Father, Sun being very, very active and sending us lots of beautiful energies, we have as humans actually the most potent time we could ever ask for, with our Mother Earth having awakened and having the most potent eternal life energies, and Father Sun blasting us with his sun rays, with his solar storms. We as humans have the potential to greatly increase our consciousness and awaken on a big level. And that's why I believe so many people say we are living at very special times, because all of these events are like celestial combined with Mother Earth. So it's not just that humans, oh, we just decided to awaken. We are responding to what's happened on the earth and what's happened in the heavens, basically. And we are very much, so to say, just victims of this. Victims is not the right word, but we're very much just always in response to this. You know, we're always just a smaller part of the bigger whole. And this means there's so much more light available for humans. There's so much more light on the planet, on the ley lines everywhere available for us to absorb and integrate within our own bodies. And this is giving us an insane potential to, spiritually grow and rise in ways that, you know, we haven't had for thousands, maybe even millions of years. I don't know how these cycles work exactly. And it is a golden age, as we know, or as maybe you have heard. And so this is of course also bringing up the darkness that has been hiding in the shadows. So prior to, you know, this event, humans were very much in the shadow, like the earth was not doing well, and we didn't have the same kind of solar activity happening. So we didn't have the same kind of light available to us at all, which meant that we were more left in the darkness. We were more left at our own devices in many ways. And dark energies definitely took advantage of this. They chose to infiltrate our spiritual and astral planes, and they chose to, you know, control and manipulate humans. So we have been living in a spiritual prison for many, I don't know how long, but for very, very long. And so also everything that we see still to this day and age in the power is just like, you know, the facade of the darkness. So basically all the power structures we have, they have been orchestrated by the darkness. And this all happens on an astral plane mainly. So that means, you know, here in the physical plane we might see humans acting out certain things, but they're literally just puppets for the astral manipulation that's happening. And I don't know, and I don't want to go into detail with exactly what alien species, blah blah blah, might be that's doing this. For me it doesn't matter so much. All that matters is to understand that in the next few years and maybe decades we're going to see everything crumble quite a lot. And what I do expect is that we're going to get a more collective awareness around how these beings have been controlling on the astral plane. And that's why we see, you know, for instance, just to give examples, all of these whole scandals about pedophilia and like child sexual abuse, you know, in these Hollywood circles, and like, especially in America, which is just a hotspot for everything. But in all of these places, and this kind of activity has been happening because that's kind of the contracts that these humans created, you know, with these astral beings. Because the astral beings do depend on human energy for their source. That's like their food, so to say. And for instance, when a child experiences sexual abuse, that creates gaps in their energy system, which creates space for these astral entities to attach and to feed off of that. So that's why this has been happening a lot with the people in Hollywood, because they have been in contract to feed these beings, right? And in return they were giving this fame, power, whatever, but actually just playing out the agenda of literally the astral beings, so not winning in any way, to be honest, other than, you know, the temporary fame and power. And these structures are going to change. So the people who are going to be in the new, so to say, spotlight, in the new fame and power, are going to be the people who actually heart-led, the people who master energy, and the people who know how to clean and work with energy. And that's why, for instance, the founder of Human Design said the projectors will be the new earth leaders, because we are the masters of energy. We can see, move, and feel energy like no other human design type. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting shift we're going to see for sure. This will be a lot what will happen here in the next coming years. And so what can we do right now as humans with this incredible potential that we have? Well, firstly, learn to cultivate a relationship with nature, learn to start to connect with her, you know, go into nature. If you know practices such as Qigong or any other energy cultivation practices, now's the time, because we have this incredible amount of light available, a lot of information. If you know sacred sites in nature, go to these sites. There will be potent energy transformations waiting for you there. And just start to work on finding your life purpose, your unique purpose that you're here to bring on the planet, because also we're going to see, you know, a big AI revolution happening, and we're going to be having this opportunity to really step into what we're really here to do, that a robot cannot do, which will always be our purpose. And also start to be aware of ways that negative energy may be trying to influence you in your life, because it's honestly everywhere, trying to attach upon anything and everyone everywhere. But the reason why we are going to see a big shift is because people are going to gain awareness around this. Some people may actually be able to see these entities, or if you feel them, or know when they're trying to influence their field, and so actually not allow them to influence or attach in any way. Most people have been enslaved to this through one way or another, and it's just really powerful to start to become mindful of what you're letting into your energy. And so everything starts in the spiritual plane, so when we heal our own trauma, these energies are no longer going to be able to influence us, because they always try and find a portal through trauma. That's the only way that they can attach to our system, because they need to go through gaps that we have in the system. And that's why also, you know, the kind of like people, the energy masters, kind of like the work I do, for instance, I can heal and clear and seal like wounds in the energy system in seconds. And with that kind of knowledge, you know, these beings have no longer no fuel, no ability to survive on the planet at all. And so those are, yeah, a big shift that we're going to see. So it's honestly is really exciting times, and I'm just starting to understand energetically more and more, like, wow, um, wow, we have an opportunity like no other as humans right now. We really do. So it's time to grab that opportunity, and if I were you, I would really start doing the trauma healing work. That is the first step to start, and it's super important. It's the core of the work I do as well. It's the core of my life purpose activation method, and actually the core of it is trauma healing, because your purpose is already within you. We just need to kind of heal the gaps in between you and your purpose. Yeah, if you're curious to know more about the work I do, I tend to work very exclusively. I have very few but high-end one-on-one clients, and I work with mainly trauma healing work in terms of living your purpose or finding your romantic soulmate. These kind of areas, like stuff where you really get to align with your highest timeline, and where we get to align you with the heaven on earth. So my biggest mission is to create heaven on earth, and I do that through, healing one individual at a time. So check here below in the video, I have a few free resources, both on how you can find your soulmate, and also how you can activate your purpose, so you can pick and choose. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos like this as we dive more into the energy reality of the world. There is so much more to it than I can touch upon in a little video like this, but I wanted to share just to give you a little insight into what's actually happening on a planetary scale, how it's influencing you, and how you can jump on the wave to have the most epic awakening of your life. So I hope you come along, subscribe for more videos, and also follow me on Instagram where I post daily. So see you soon!